Oh man, something has gotten in my eye and it just made the day really unpleasant for me. And I was gonna stealth camp in Mullumbimby or stay in a mate's backyard, but I just ended up booking a motel because it's just, I feel worn out. And this eye thing, man. Got some eye drops. It's just like dust got in there. I really want to get to Brisbane. You know, I'm just going to enjoy this luxury. But yeah, just look at that. Kind of spa bath. Because this motel room has a spa bath. And I can even put bubbles in it. Editing station. How cool is this hotel room? This is the best stealth camping I've done yet. I got some really good sleep. 9 hours, and when my alarm went off at 8 o'clock, it was like I'd just been voyaging through some nocturnal wonderland. I find that when your body gets tired, instead of focusing inward, you can focus outward and sort of get energy from your surroundings by the view, by the feeling, by the breeze, by the rain, you know, all that kind of stuff. When it's really hot and sunny though, sometimes it's better to just focus inward because the outside world is just draining every last bit of energy from you. That's when sometimes I chuck on the headphones and play some music or something. Walking on roads like this, headphones is a bad idea because you want to have your situational awareness pumped up to 150%, you know, because there's cars, it's slippery. You just got to keep your eye out for what's going on. But in the meantime, listen to the birds, the relaxing sound of the rain tapping on my hood, all the beautiful trees, the rural North Coast Rural Fire Service, the heavy vehicles and plant. So many pretty things to look at. No, but seriously, there are so many things to look at. I'm just rejoicing in the feeling that walking into this region felt like going back into time, like I was walking back into the 1990s. I mean, it could be 1970 or something, who knows. Is it 2023? Did we just have a pandemic? I don't know, I don't think we did. I think it's like free love and the hills are on fire with psychedelic vibrations and everything's cool, man. Peace. Oh yeah, and in between popping acid and attending mass orgies, we've got to stop that war in Vietnam. Sorry, I should say dropping acid, not popping acid. Popping pills is a very 22nd century thing to do. 22nd century? Oh my god, I'm just gonna walk. Let's talk more walk, brother. Yeah. Hi, should we pull it out of the way?
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll give it a go. I mean, yeah, totally. I don't know. Oh, it's not too
That's alright. Alright.
There we go.
Cool. No worries. Have a good one. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to that friendly interaction. I should get paid by the council to help remove trees from the road. They could pay me in just letting me sleep wherever the fuck I want. just realized I forgot to put the rain protector over my backpack. Everything seemed dry. It wasn't raining too hard. Doesn't seem like it's going to. It's just that kind of rainforest drizzle. My feet are really itchy inside my shoes because bits of grass have gotten down in there. And I do have this mild allergy to grass, which I think is why my eye got all red and inflamed, because bits of grass got in there. Because I slept up in the sand dunes and I've been dirt bagging around. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's not a huge problem, it's just irritating. Of all the days I've walked, so far this is just such a nice, pleasant walk. Just totally hassle-free, you know, except minor hassles like itchy feet and stuff. But it's just so nice looking back. It's been, what, Batemans Bay is a long way down the coast. I don't know, maybe 1,300 kilometers, considering the route that I've taken. I don't know how far I've walked, but you get to a day like this and walking down this beautiful little road through the forest. Light rain. And yeah, just, not that I needed reassurance, but definitely does reassure me that this walk was a good thing to do. On these corners I'm basically swapping to whichever side of the road has the most visibility, because there's no shoulder. A few times I've just had to stand in the thick grass. Sounds like we're getting close to the freeway again, but it's been a lovely, I don't know, 6-7 kilometers, and I'm gonna have to do about 3 k's up the freeway before we turn off to Murwillumbah, where I believe there is that trail along the railway line, so I'm looking forward to that. I feel good. I'm not hungry, not thirsty, just enjoying all this forest and keeping my mind sharp by having to avoid cars zigzagging down the road. Speaking of which, I should probably cross over to this side now. I don't know what lucky people get to live out here, but I sure would love to join them one day. I was just thinking, I'm all for everyone driving electric vehicles, but on roads like this, one of the things that helps me get out of the way of cars is I can hear them coming before I can see them. If everyone was driving Teslas, I'd probably be dead by now. I think with electric vehicles, they need to like install some kind of artificial noise. And I know that's noise pollution, but I think cars that are like missiles zooming down the road need to let off a bit of noise, just to alert wildlife and pedestrians that they're on their way. Wow, 8Ks. Certainly didn't feel like 8Ks. Definitely the easiest 8Ks I've ever walked. The sign's probably wrong. Probably meant to say 3Ks. Okay, so there we are. And if we can get up to Mooble, the Moo Roadhouse, somewhere around there, can get on the train line up there. It's that same train line, but I don't think you can walk on it at this point. You could, but you'd probably get killed by a train if you're a total idiot and didn't get out of the way. So it's not that far, maybe 2Ks, and I can take a little break and yeah. And the good news is, if it follows the railway, it can't be that steep. It must find its way through the hills without actually going up too many of them, if you know what I mean. If you don't, you're an idiot. There's too much traffic. I want to tell you a story, but cars keep going past. It's not a story actually, it's just some random thoughts. I was thinking though, the problem of like fining people when they sleep places and no camping signs and all that, one possible solution, I think this is a cool idea, is maybe there's like, maybe you pay like a, I don't know, like a nominal like $50 a year or something, and it gives you a certificate, a through walker certificate. And basically that means like when you've got this certificate, you're walking somewhere and you're allowed to like camp wherever. So like cops and rangers and people, farmers and shit, they come up and they're like, "Oi, what are you doing?" And you're like, "Hey, I got my through walker certificate." And they're like, oh, and someone else comes up and they're like, "What's that bum doing?" And the other guy's like, no, they got their through walker certificate. And everyone's like, oh, that's a good solution. I'd pay $50 a year just to get my through walker certificate. And I purposely use the term through walker, not through hiker, because through hiker is a term for someone who does like official trails, like the, you know, in America the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Crest Trail, or in Europe the Camino Trail or whatever, and like they go from one end, they're through hiking, you know. But that's hiking, that's a different thing. I'm talking about walking, where you're just like walking somewhere, you know, no official trails or whatever, like this, like you're just walking, you're winging it. You're trying to get to Brisbane on foot. We're trying to get to your granddad's birthday, but you got to walk 1,000 kilometers, you know, whatever. Get your through walker certificate, and it's like everyone has to leave you alone. And you can even show your through walker certificate at like roadhouses and stuff, and you get a little discount. And maybe like people have to line up as you enter towns and like have cowbells, dinging cowbells as you walk into town, and like the girls all kiss you and the boys all do tap dances. Anyway, what are your thoughts? I reckon someone's got to set up this organization and lobby the government. Through walker! Oh hell yeah! I found it! Yes! I found the trail! This is so cool! This is the best! I can follow this all the way to CJ's house and then all the way to Tweed. And then it's just another 80 k's up to Brisbane. If that, maybe 50. This is so cool, an actual trail. A trail that's designed for people to get from one place to the other. It's not just like, oh, let's go and like observe nature and then go back to our SUV car and then go stay in our fancy hotel. It's like, no, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the through walkers would get on. This is a through walker trail. If it was late at night, I'd just pitch my hammock here. Who's gonna bother me? I'm a through walker. I don't even need a certificate. This is the best. This is just the best part of the trip. Like, and the fact that I just found it, like I couldn't find it online. Like the website just didn't give clear instructions of where you can get on this trail. if you lived in Crabs Creek and wanted to visit Moolumbar, the easiest route was by horseback. You would have had to travel east to the beaches, then north to Cudgeon, and from there follow the river to Moolumbar, at least a 2-day round trip. So this follows an old railway line. This is just, yes! All the funny little people doing the things they're not meant to do.
We pulled each other up to ceilings made of glass, waiting for the day when the present will be past, and I can see your features turn to stone as the hand of time takes you down from your throne.
Look at this, they've even got hydration stations on this walk. For a scary second there, I was thinking I was going to have to go into the pub.
The coin is in the air, the card is halfway turned, in a bottle of despair, where all your dreams are burned. And if I could, I'd go back 15 years and do what I did then, but without fear.
This is where we part ways. I do not have much battery left on the GoPro and it's getting dark. I wish you could get the sense of just how tall these trees are. I've never seen forests like this before. Trees as big as skyscrapers. Just like they're enormous. And we're about to walk into this tunnel. I can just see light maybe 500 meters down the other end. I'm not sure, but I'm going to turn the GoPro off and maybe get out the torch and hope there aren't heaps of bats that just come flying out at me or something. What does this say? Caution, Boring Bar Tunnel, low lighting and poor visibility, next 500 meters. Alright, 500 meters, eh? Thanks for watching. Be back tomorrow with more exciting adventures. Well, me walking. It's pretty exciting, I think. If you haven't already, please subscribe and tell your friends about this amazing channel. It'd be really nice to get more viewers. So cheers.